Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Leslie and today we are going to make a teddy bear cards. We're going to start with some paper that's in my stash. This is Honeybee Stamps, Spring Fling, and then we're using some Jaded Blossom Gnome Friends, the bear die, the bear hug sentiments, and of course the bear faces. So because this is my first time opening, I will have to cut the dies apart, and this is how I do it. Since I am surrounded by kids and I don't want to accidentally step on something sharp either, or have things go flying, I do cut my dies inside this paper bag so that anything that wants to fly off will go in the bag, so that keeps me safe, keeps my kids safe. It makes it a little bit easier for me to cut these dies. So to begin with, I am trying to make bears that look like they're made out of fabric, those kind of teddy bears. So we're going to make the bases with just the white cardstock because we're going to, cover that up. And then we're going to make two different bears, one in the white and one in the yellow. So here is that yellow bear. There's two different types of bears. You can either have the bear sitting like you do most of the gnomes, or you can have the bear standing. Now, the great thing about these little bear dies and any of the gnome companion dies that Jaded Blossom is coming out with, is that anything that fits on the gnome fits on the teddy bear. So things like the gnomes have their Christmassy elvish wear, or the Santa, you can make the bears into that. The birthday dies with the present, you can use that. Or like how I made a gnome unicorn not too long ago, you can make a teddy bear unicorn if you want to. So that's why I love these. Plus, a lot of my cards go to kids age 6 to 11. And, who doesn't love teddy bears? And this teddy bear can be used for any season. And that sentiment set from Jaded Blossom also has almost every holiday. So there's a Christmas sentiment set. There's a happy birthday sentiment on there. There's a love you sentiment on there, and just so much fun. So these dies do come with a face for the bear. I will be making this one with that face, and then the next one I make, I will actually be using one of the stamp faces, so you can see the difference between the two. So to begin with, you just go ahead and put all the pieces together. So there's stitching in the actual little die, of course, that helps you to line up all the pieces. Jaded Blossom is so great when it comes to their die sets because they break the die down to all the individual pieces. So you have the big base, and then you have the individual like head, individual ear, individual body, and then on the body you have the belly. On the face you have the snout. On the ears you have the inner ear, and then there's two different sets of arms for the bear. One is these arms that kind of hold something, or can be flipped around and look like he's going yahoo. And then there's normal little paws, just like the gnome hands. So showing you there, that's the two sets that I'm going to use today. This was, if you watch my video about my unicorn gnome, I told a story about how I used the little birthday gift add-ons for that gnome, and then I couldn't find the die set for a month. This was the card that I wanted to actually make the little present dies, and I couldn't find them worth my life. So instead, we're going to go with flowers for this and an I love you for the other one. So I did cut the face out with just some white cardstock, and I'm just coloring in those the eyes and the nose. I do color in the tongue, but I end up putting it on and then changing my mind because I didn't quite like how it looks. So I'm just using my Spectrum Noir markers to do this, and then I'm using a pokey tool to hold those pieces there because otherwise it would be really, really hard to color these in. Now, of course, you can die cut these out in the actual cardstock color, but I figured it would be easier for me to just go ahead and color these. So I colored the eyes black, the nose black, and then the little tongue with a little pink color. Like I said, I ended up putting that on and then not liking the tongue. Something about it makes me think more really puckered lips, like human puckered lips, and so it just wasn't working for me. So I decided to go away from that part. But I just am using some liquid glue here. I kept this bear pretty flat, just in case I decide to send this in the mail. Usually with my gnomes, I use lots of dimension, and you totally could use foam tape behind like the snout and the feet and the arms and everything, but I kept it pretty flat to his face. And see, and this is where there's some stitching on the snout of where his smile is, and then I'm trying to put the tongue underneath his smile, but it to me it looks like some puckered lips with lipstick. So I decided to just forego that because the stitching does have a little bit of a smile to it, so he doesn't need his tongue sticking out. This flower is from the original gnome die set. It's the male gnome. He has a little flower that goes with it. So I die cut out the back piece just in yellow, mostly so that if I don't quite line everything up correctly, it'll just kind of fade into the bear since the bear is yellow. And then I'm going to add his little paws to it as well. Just making sure they kind of line up with the edge of the bear, but then still holding on to the flower. I kind of had to maneuver them a little bit. I was going to use some liquid glue here, but then I decided to use a little bit of foam tape just to bump those arms up, just a touch so that they are a little bit more even on the bear, just because there is a lot of different layers going on here. I wanted to make sure that the arms didn't bend too much, and then it just kind of pops them up a little bit easier. So we're going to go ahead and use liquid glue for that flower, and then the foam tape for the arms there. So like I said, if you watched my earlier video with the rainbow unicorns, you know that I searched and searched for that birthday die set. I ended up finding it about 2 days after I made this video. So I probably searched, I was so frustrated. I think I searched for at least 30 minutes to almost an hour. And I have very limited crafting time because I tend to craft after my daughters go to bed. And so that was a little bit of a later night for me because I wanted to find that die set so bad and I couldn't. But it's okay. I pivoted. I love this little flower. It works so well with this little bear. And then I like the other bear with the I love you. So, we're just going to change it up. So I am adding a little bit of white gel and pen into the eyes just to give them a little bit more aliveness. And then we're going to move on to the second bear. My second bear is going to be with the white, going for more of a Valentine-esque feel to it. Of course, I'm doing the same thing where I'm going for like a fabric-y feel for my teddy bears, but you could go for an actual fur, like, use some browns or things like that to make more of a realistic bear. I'm going to be using these bear faces today. They're so cute. That's the one I'm going to be using. And I'll show you how I go about stamping that here in a minute. I have seen other videos where they've used this die set to make like a set of Care Bears, which I loved it so much. So that's probably going to be in my future because I need that card. I need that card. So I need to make that card. So with this bear set, you don't have to necessarily put the snout piece on it. You could just keep the face how it is. But I just wanted to add that little extra detail. So I'm going to line up where I'm going to put the snout. And I'm going to make sure it kind of lines up with the edge of that nose of the stamp. So then I'm going to lift it up, remove that, stamp once on the face, and then I'm going to put the snout back on the face and stamp it again. That way the eyes actually, get it onto the face, because they're going to be a little bit lower than the nose. Now, is this the best way to do this? I don't know, but it's the way that worked out for me. I wanted the little snout as part of my bear, but like I said, you don't have to have it. As you saw there before I put the little snout on, it looks really cute just how it is. So I'm going to realign that stamp again, or re-ink that stamp, and go ahead and push it down. So I mostly inked just the nose and the lips, but if the eyes get it a little bit, if they actually do touch, they're going to be on the same thing. And you can tell he's a little crooked. And that was my daughter's hand. I have a helper. So he's a little cricket there, and so, but that's how my cards are. That's how you know they're homemade, guys. We're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for adorableness, and I still think this little teddy bear comes out adorable. And seeing my daughter's hand there, this does remind me, I was doing this during nap time. So my husband took over nap time. This was over the weekend. So then I had my oldest next to me doing her little project. And sometimes she likes to help, especially with the stamping. She just loves to help stamp. So the entire time I was making this little teddy bear, she was just oohing and eyeing because she loves teddy bears and she loves to watch me work. So she had a good time. Makes it a little bit harder for mom to get it done, but we enjoy our little crafty time together. So I'm just going ahead and lining up those feet. Like I said, the stitching on these dies is just beautiful, and you can tell exactly where each piece is supposed to go. And then if you ever are confused about where they're supposed to go, they always come out every time there's a release with videos on their Jaded Blossom channel on YouTube that show you exactly how to put it together. So if you're ever confused, one, you can watch this video, which shows you, but then you can also see the Jaded Blossom one that shows you all the different fun things. So this is where I'm showing you the little tiny paws. Instead of having paws with arms, they're just the tiny paws, just kind of how the gnomes have their little hands. They don't have arms, except I think they do have arms in one of their newest sets, though I don't have that one yet. I'm a little behind with the Jaded Blossom sets. You should see my wish list on their website, y'all. I think hundreds of things that I would love to buy from Jaded Blossom. But I know their gnomes, they've come out with a couple of different releases lately that have faces for the gnomes. And so all the things that go with that. And then they have multiple companions now for the gnomes, this little teddy bear, or friend and companion. They have I know they have a bunny. I'm sure I'm forgetting something else. And then just all the little add-ons like cars and trucks and just all the fun things. I love it so much. This is very much my childhood in a nutshell, with paper dolls and this kind of thing. This is what this reminds me of. And the cards, they just come out so cute to me. With the gnomes or with these little gnome friends. And I just, when I saw this bear one, I knew I had to get it. I put it on my my Christmas list and pointed it out to my husband and went, "This is what I want." And still gave him the option of, I had a few lists for him of options, but he knew how much I wanted this, and I told him if I didn't get it for Christmas, I was gonna buy it myself. So I am putting a little bit of foam tape on those hands just so they're bumped up a little bit. I'm gluing the heart straight onto the bear. And then I did not remove the release paper from those hands because they will actually connect to the actual card base. And so I didn't want them sticking everywhere. So I kept that on. So I'm bringing out some cutting dies from Spellbinders. This is actually a stitching cutting die. And I love it so much because not only does it give great texture here, but it also, you can stitch through it. I'm not doing that today because I just wanted the little polka dot holes kind of thing going on. with this card, but I have used it in the past for stitching because I do love to do some embroidery work on my cards. That's a whole other video for sure. I can try to link to one that I've done. I tend not to embroider on the video though, because I am by no means a professional. I'm very much an amateur learning how to do it. And so it takes me a while, and I tend to, when I do some embroidery work for my cards, I tend to sit on the couch and do it and watch something because it takes me forever. I am just putting this frame on this pink cardstock just so the pink goes through those little dots, and then that also kind of coordinates with my bear there. I did create this frame by using I believe it's 2 or 3 dies in that set, because it goes an outside cutting die, the inside and has the embroidery holes for you, and then the next in smaller rectangle I used to make a frame. Otherwise it would just be a solid white, but I wanted to have that frame so that it would show off the pink to kind of coordinate with the little teddy bear there. And I love how this came out. I was going for kind of a semi-masculine card, since I'm kind of thinking like a Valentine card or like an anniversary card. You don't want to make them too girly, especially if I'm giving this to my husband, or if I decide to give it to someone for their anniversary. You want to make sure that you're incorporating both people. But, you know, a little bit of pink, a little bit of blue, a little bit of black, a little bit of sparkle. And of course, I have to add on some gems, because you can never have enough sparkle on a card. If you watch that Rainbow Gnome birthday card, you know how much I love sparkle and glitter and just all the things. So I had to add a few gems with this card to finish it off. Just 3 up at the top left hand corner, and 2 or 3 at this bottom. I tend to just kind of go where I feel the flow is going when it comes to adding the bling to it. Sometimes I work in 5, sometimes I just work in 3s kind of thing. And so 3 and 3, that equals 6 for a little bit of math there. And so that's why sometimes I'm like, sometimes it's even, sometimes it's not. But, you know, here I am making the next card. I went with a couple other different pattern papers. I love this floral paper. And that's what made me want to do a yellow bear, because I really wanted to bring out the yellow flowers in it. I don't think you end up seeing a whole lot of yellow flowers by the end, but that's okay. It's the thought that counts. And of course, I put tape adhesive on this paper, went to line it up, and then it didn't quite line up how I wanted it to. I always struggle with that, y'all. But at least this time, you know, I didn't have any white base showing, so apparently I cut this correctly. And then of course I'm just going to put a little bit of tape in the inside of my card just so it stays closed as I put the remaining pieces on. So I made an additional frame here in white, using a little bit bigger rectangles. Again, these are A2 cards that I'm making, so they're 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and if you're looking at this and going, man, that's super crooked, it is. I do fix it. Not in the video. You will see in the actual pictures that I've fixed it, because I was like, it's fine. By the time I was here, I was really kind of almost over it, just because of the things that had gone wrong, and I couldn't find the birthday add-ons, and I was just like, I need to get this done. I'm showing you the sentiment that we're going to use is for a berry sweet friend. I love puns. Jaded Blossom, they got some great puns. I put a little bit of white cardstock in that middle, just because I wanted a place for my stamping, and I wanted the bear to really pop. That's why you don't see nearly as much yellow flowers as I was going for, but you still see peaks here and there, and I still love this floral print. I'm just using some Memento black ink and pressing it down. I do it a couple times just to make sure that there is a good impression. And then I'll end up attaching the bear. It's so cute, guys. I love how these cards come out, and they're a labor of love. Definitely on the labor side, for sure, but just cleaning off my stamp there. I use a stamp cleaner from Ranger. It's a water-based stamp cleaner. It's bubblegum scented, y'all. If you need a stamp cleaner, I suggest this because it smells so good that you want to clean your stamps. So, it's perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and put some liquid glue on my little bear here, and get him attached. Him, her, is it a him or her? I don't know. It's a teddy bear with a flower, so it's adorable. I just love how these come out. This set is just so versatile, and you're going to see it in several videos throughout the year doing with the different holidays because you can use them for so many. The sentiments are: have a berry happy birthday, wishing you a berry scary Halloween, for the best mama bear, bear hugs for you, I can't bear to be without you, get well very soon, for the best papa bear, thank you very much, positive vibes only, wishing you a berry Christmas and a happy new year, always bear for you, and of course for my very sweet friends. So there's all the occasions, all the holidays. Y'all, you're going to see this video a lot through the next year as I use them in multiple different ways, and I am so excited about them. So these are my two final cards today. I just thank you, Jaded Blossom, for coming out with such cute dies. I look forward to purchasing more, y'all. I hope you liked these cards. If you liked this video, hit the thumbs up down below. Comment which one is your favorite. Do you like the white versus the yellow? And then, of course, if you aren't a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you know when all my videos are up. I will see you guys in the next video soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.